Hello, kia ora, thanks for joining us. I'm Philip Duncan. Well, we've got weather across both New Zealand and Australia that's going to turn severe once again over the coming days and over the next week as well. We've got a big storm brewing in the Southern Ocean and plenty of westerlies and northerlies coming in, which are arguably fairly mild. So let's take a look and see what's going on. At the moment, a mild start to today. I mean, you may not feel warm, but compared to temperatures usually recorded at this time of the year, it's fairly mild right across New Zealand. As northerly winds come in, there's low pressure here. On today's animated wind map, low pressure is seen in this sort of purpley blue colouring. So there's a lot of low pressure in the Tasman Sea, Southern Ocean area, and we've also got this small little storm that's coming out of Western Australia and is about to give both Adelaide and Sydney a blast, and basically everyone in between as well. So let's take a look at the rainfall in New Zealand. We've got a bit of rain falling at the moment. Now, we've got more rain on the way for Tasman and Nelson region, which is possibly not the best. You know, we've got rain falling at the moment, or at least we've got it coming up today. We've got over the next couple of days a bit of rain in this area, pushing up to maybe 60 millimetres, maybe 70, 80 millimetres at the tops of the hills. So that's getting quite heavy. Further lower down, not quite as bad, sort of 20 to 30 millimetres in there, or maybe 35. So that's not too problematic, but could cause more slips. And that's just over Wednesday and Thursday. Heavy falls also up here in Eastern Bay of Plenty and around Taranaki, but mostly dry along the eastern side. And we've got a bit of snow as well, just like we've been talking about all week, mostly up in the mountains and ranges, but it does show some areas getting maybe 30 or 40 centimetres of snow over the next 2 days. Let's take a look at the forecast now. So as we go into our Thursday, you can see that cold front moving off New Zealand. There'll still be some rain, and it lingers into those areas I just mentioned around the west coast, Nelson, Tasman, but also some rain coming into Canterbury. Nothing too alarming, don't worry. It's probably more helpful than harmful. We've got this stormy system over here bringing gale force winds into Adelaide and a burst of rain as well. By Friday, not too bad really across both nations. It's really fairly settled. There are a few showers along the eastern side. There'll be a few snow flurries up in the hills and mountains, and over in New Zealand's area, high pressure is on the way. And in fact, as we get into Saturday, high pressure is dominating the New Zealand area, while windy conditions come back in across Australia. Right, we've got a bit of snow as well, as I just mentioned, coming in this weekend for Aussie. Not a huge amount, but we're still getting up to around 25 centimetres of snow, and also another sort of 15 to 20 centimetres over in Tasmania as well. So hello to our viewers in Tasmania. We know we've got a few. Let's get back into the forecast, because we've got more rain coming into New Zealand, and this is the area where I think it's a little bit concerning again for places like Tasman, Nelson region, maybe Marlborough, and potentially Westport, although Westport is better equipped at handling heavy rain events. But on Sunday, you'll feel this northerly wind coming back, so many places are going to be warm. Sunday night, temperatures are above average right across a large portion of New Zealand. Now look what happens. That rain comes in over Sunday night, Monday into Tuesday, and the rainfall totals in here, in the pink and the blue, is pushing it back up around 70 to 100 millimetres of rain. So that's a lot coming in for Nelson on top of what's already fallen. So we're just putting out an early heads up, heavy rain coming back into the top corner of the South Island. It starts on Sunday night and goes into Monday and Tuesday. This is Monday's setup. Not looking very good. A lot of wind and rain coming in. Now, the winds will be gale force in some places. The rain will be heavy along the west coast, but also feeding in to that Nelson, Tasman region and the upper South Island. And look at all these big, strong westerlies bringing gales into Sydney, Melbourne, and potentially other parts of Australia as we kick off Monday of next week. And we get into Tuesday. This is our final map we've got, and you can see it's clearing off New Zealand, but it's still raining in that top part of the South Island. And look at this storm down here, or storms, it's not just one, and all the strong westerly winds that come with it, or northwesterlies. So, you know, we're getting into some milder weather as these systems are bringing in more west to northwest winds and fewer southerlies. And this is a pattern we see quite often at the end of July, going into August, most years. I've seen this pattern form so many times now that we're getting to the point where we basically say in New Zealand that our spring weather pattern starts to arrive as early as now. Don't want to get too carried away. We could easily have winter blasts. And by the way, it snows really badly sometimes in September and October. But snow doesn't define winter. That can easily be spring weather as well. And at the moment, we are seeing an uptick in temperatures across New Zealand. That is all from me. We'll see you again tomorrow with our next update.